What you doing, Booger? Hmm? What you doing? What you doing, Booger Bear? Boogity boogity. Hey, Pooch. Hey, Pooch. Come say hi. There him is. There's a little Poochie. That's Mama's little Poochie. There's a little Poochie Bear. With your little wet nose. You little wet nosy. You little wet nose. I need another. Um, I got to go get another lunch blender. Oh, feel like something flew up my nose. Do you have to right now? Where are my people at? Where my people at? Hey, sugar dumpling. You working from home today? I'm working from home too. Well, this is kind of like work for me. And I get up and, oh, I should put some lotion on my hands, child. These hands looking bad. I'm working from home too, girl. This is my job. I gotta do something. I gotta make sure I put something on YouTube every day because if I don't, the algorithm will throw you into a spiral. So I'm working too. Thank you, sweetie. I try. I don't have nothing to do today though. Like I legit don't really have anything to like talk about today. I know that people. Oh, I just posted a really interesting video on my community wall that I really want people to watch. It was done by the Daily Mail? No, I don't know, child. No, the Guardian, I think. I think it was done by the Guardian. But anyway, it was about a town in Minnesota that still has a church that is whites only. So I don't think black people can come and participate in the services. The church is whites only. They claim not to be part of, any radical group. They say they um, are they Nordic? Some, whatever they are, they claim that, they're on this, um, only white people can practice whatever their particular religion is, and it's causing some problems in this particular town in Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota. It's a really really interesting documentary. It's kind of like a documentary. It's really interesting because these people have taken some type of religion and converted it to white people only, and it looks like, if you know anything about runes or runes I think it's called, where they use like these symbols and stuff in their religion. Now this young man, the one that stormed the Capitol, and he had that like horn thing and the fur and all the tattoos or whatever on his chest. He was like the leader, I guess. He was one of the ones that had got that got arrested. You know, he was one of the ones in the forefront of this whole Capitol takeover situation. So he is one of the members of this so-called religion, but he is on the, the far end of it, on the spectrum where, they believe that the white race is being basically exterminated, and they are trying to help maintain this whole blonde hair, blue eyed society. And I don't understand why white people don't understand that we are all mixed. The there eventually will be no all black people, and there will be no all white people, because when we go out, me and my husband took the grandkids to Dave and Buster's last year, I think. Was it last year? No. This had to have been before the before COVID hit, because I don't remember I don't remember us having no masks. But anyway, we took the grandkids to Dave and Buster's. All of our grandkids are mixed. You can clearly see that they are mixed. So we took the two brothers and then Amani, who is their cousin. The two brothers are, my son is black, their mother is white, so they are black and white. Amani, my granddaughter, is Filipino and black. So clearly you could, and then you see me and my husband, who are both not mixed, clearly just African American. And the majority of children that were there, if they were not Hispanic or white, were mixed children. They were either mixed with black and white or mixed with Asian and black. There are more mixed people now than ever before. When I went to school, when I was in elementary school, the elementary school that I went to was predominantly black. There were only a few white children in my elementary school. There was only one girl that was mixed. Her mom was white and her dad was black. One. Now, my grandkids go to school with kids, almost all of the kids are mixed. Almost like half of the school population is probably mixed. Even in my high school, I don't even really remember a lot of kids in my high school being mixed children, because I went to a high school that was predominantly black. There were Hispanic kids in that school, and that's because more Hispanics were really just starting to move into Oakland. There was one white family, one, in my entire high school, one. Three kids, a brother, and he had two sisters, and they got picked on all the time. And they were very, poor white people. They lived in, what we consider the hood. One white family, one. Everybody else at my high school was black. Because this was the 80s. This was when, we were starting to have an influx of Cambodian and other nationalities moving to California. In the 80s is when we had this huge influx of Hispanics coming to coming to the Bay Area. a huge influx. Like, the Hispanic population in the Bay Area changed. The Asian population in the Bay Area got bigger. Like the Filipino population in the Bay Area got bigger. Because there was a time when there were no like Filipino kids. There weren't a lot of Filipino people in the Bay Area. The Bay Area has a huge. The Bay Area is a melting pot. People don't realize that. A lot of people do think, because they see Oakland as, since the media portrays Oakland as such a, rough city, they feel like only black people live in Oakland. But Oakland has a huge Hispanic population, a huge Asian population, a big Caucasian population. California is a melting pot. The Bay Area is a melting pot. San Francisco has a huge Asian population. Chinatown, they have their own town. Chinatown is big. So, since the 80s, there has been a big boom of other cultures. You go to schools now and, there are all type of kids. Mixed kids. You have to go to a certain school though to really see a large population of white children, because they still do have like private schools and charter schools and Catholic schools, and a lot of the white people, if they can afford that, in which I don't blame them, they would prefer to put their children in, a private school. But yeah, the population here has changed drastically. The city that we live in, this area that we live in is um, Indian. You know, when I say Indian, I don't mean Native American. I mean like people from India. There are black, but I think we're outnumbered. Caucasian, Asian. So California has, since the 80s, um, had a huge change in its population, and it's going to keep changing because people are, more people are mixing and getting together and having children. So that alone will change the population. Like, to be honest, I never thought that my family would be this blended. Like, I legit thought that my kids would, have children with women that were black, but they didn't. And so that just, our family is just so blended. I, my first grandchild, we had our first grandchild 2 months ago that is black. Her mom is black, and of course, my son is black. So she is my first grandchild that's not mixed. The first one. The family, I mean, if you were to look at my family, you would be like, all y'all in it? All of us. We all different. I want us to all take some pictures together so you guys can, see how beautiful the family is. And I love everybody, Filipino, white, whoever. I love them all. And I, was really hoping that the world that my grandkids got to enjoy would be different from the world that, I have lived. but it's not. Certain things just don't change. I thought that after a while, all these old racist people would, die out and things would change. But even if they die, they have left that, mark of hatred. They have raised their children to be like them. So it's hard for certain things to die out. I live in Miami, Florida, so we are also multicultural. I just saw I just saw a video of a man. I don't know what part of Florida this was in, but I just saw a video of a white man in Florida hitting a 14-year-old boy, and he was grown, and messing with some little kids, some little black kids at a park, because I guess his daughter was going down the slide, and the other little kids were, she had got down to the bottom of the slide, and I guess she didn't get off. And the other little kids were telling her, can you move, or, what's going on? And he got mad and, approached these children and was arguing with the mama and was like telling her he would break her jaw. And I was like, Florida? Y'all out there doing that? But, people have to remind me that Florida is part of the South. So it is, still some crazy folks out in Florida too. I don't know why I never really consider Florida the South, but it is. Your granddaughter is mixed with Puerto Rican and your son is Black American. Yep, first. Child, we all mixed. We all mixed now. And people are just going to have to understand that the world is changing. And if the blonde hair, blue eyed gene gets lost in that change, then it's just lost. Oh, and what does it matter that you have blonde hair or blue eyes? That doesn't make you any better than anybody else. Like to hear someone base their hatred of other people on the fact that you don't want blonde hair and blue eyes to disappear. You want white people to stay white, so you're fighting to keep blonde hair and blue eyes. That was just one of the craziest things that I have ever heard. And he was so adamant about it. He was like, I just want to make sure that, the blonde hair and blue eyed race, what? Blonde hair and blue eyes is not a race. That's a trait. Just like I have brown eyes and dark brown hair. That's a trait. That's not a race. That's not a race, sweetheart. That's just something that you have. And not all white people are even blonde hair and blue eyed. I just saw on Instagram a black woman, and she looked African. Well, both her and her husband or partner, they both looked African. Both of them. And they had a baby with crystal blue eyes. Crystal blue. Not just blue. Crystal blue eyes. So you never know, where your child is going to pick up their DNA what part of the DNA they're going to pick up. They can pick up a recessive trait. They can pick up something that, hasn't been seen in your line in a while. Because I have a cousin that has green eyes. Nobody else in the family has green eyes, but he has green eyes. And they've always looked at him like, where did he get them green eyes from? He the only person in the family that we know of that, that we can see that has green eyes. So he had to have picked up a recessive trait from somewhere to get those green eyes. Neither of his parents have green eyes. He has a sister. She doesn't have green eyes. Everybody else in the family has brown eyes. And here he comes with green eyes. So you never know. So I wonder, how do, the white people that are standing on that whole blonde hair, blue eye situation, how do they feel about white people who have brown hair and brown eyes? Because not all white people are blonde. Not all white people have blue eyes. Some of them have darker color eyes. Yeah, just one person just out of the clear blue with these green cat eyes. Because, that's how they used to say he looked like a cat. Yeah, genes are crazy. You never know what you're going to pick up. You never know. Out of all my brothers and sisters, well, that are alive, I'm the only one with sickle cell trait. None of my other brothers, because my sister passed away, and we don't know if she had it, but none of my brothers have it. So you just never know what recessive um, gene you're gonna pick up. But it's just weird to me how, they stand on something that not even all of them have. They're not all blonde hair and blue eyed. Even in a family of white people, two white people that have children, it's not guaranteed that their children will have blue eyes. That's not a guarantee. So I just wonder, like, how do they feel about other white people that are not blonde or blue eyed? Do they still count? You know, are they still considered white? Or are they just white and they're just not special? Because, they do have this thing where I guess they feel like they're special because they have blonde hair and blue eyes. When I was born, my hair was blonde. And it just kept getting darker and darker. But it was very light when I was little. When I was born, it was extremely light. And then it was, it just progressively got darker. When my son was born, my last son, he had really light eyes, but they just progressively got darker. They're light brown. They're lighter than mine, but they're still brown. But I was really thinking when he was first born that, okay, so my cousin ain't the only one with them green eyes. I thought my son had them too. But no, his are just a real light brown. So you never know what recessive gene you're going to get. And it's just interesting that if you look on my community tab, for the people that just came in, I was talking about a documentary, a really short documentary that I saw earlier today about a town in Minnesota that's has a all white church, and it's how they are justifying the fact that black people can't, um, you know, can't mingle with them. But it's a really good documentary because the person that is doing the interviewing is a young African American woman. And she is extremely articulate. She is extremely patient with these people. Um, and they were respectful of her. You know, it wasn't like they disrespected her in any way, but they did just flat out tell her, um, no, you wouldn't be able to worship with us. And they were basically saying that they actually have an application process that you have to fill out, because even if you're white, you have to be able to show that your lineage goes back to Europe, or I don't know, some stupid child. It, I mean, it was good, but I don't know. It just didn't make any sense at all. But you know, people will do and say whatever to justify their um, wrongdoings. And it's just crazy that we still have that kind of stuff going on now. And so I guess they had recently applied for a application to open the church in that area or to buy property or whatever. And you know, because the people knew that they were a bunch of racists, they at first were having some problems, but you know, the city eventually kind of caved in and was basically like, well, if we tell them that they can't do it, then you know, we're being racist to them, but it's okay for them to be racist to other people. So I don't know, one of the guys that I guess helped them get the property, he was interviewed also, and he was saying that, you know, after they had applied for this, the permits and stuff for the property, people started calling him on the phone and, you know, telling him that he was a racist and, you know, they shouldn't be allowing that kind of stuff to go on in that city. And of course, he was like, well, you know, it is what it is because they don't care. But it is a it's I'm not describing everything. You would really have to watch the documentary, and it's not that long. It's only maybe about 15 minutes or something like that. It's not a long it's not long drawn out documentary. Gizmo, where you at? Get I don't know what that was, Shy. My husband over here asleep. You sleep or you meditating? He meditating. So that's it, y'all. I came on early because I don't know. I woke up super early this morning for no reason. Well, I kind of had a reason. I guess I was hungry because last night I tried not to go to bed with like food on my stomach because I know if I do that, then I don't sleep right because you know your digestive system is up trying to process that food. So I went to bed hungry last night. I was like drinking water, drinking water, drinking water, trying to, you know, put something in my stomach to make it shut up. I ate some raisins, I drank some water, I ate a graham cracker, and my stomach was still, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sleep. So I did. I went to bed. And when I woke up about 7 o'clock, I was starving. But I'm like, it's too early to get up. So I went back to sleep. 8 o'clock, I woke up starving, thirsty, just so now I'm sleepy. I want some Starbucks and I want to take a nap. So I said, let me just go on and do this video now in case I don't feel like doing anything later. So this may or may not be it. I might come back later after I have had a rest and a nap and some Starbucks. If my husband is a nice person, he said no, he's not. And he not. He really not. He be trying to pretend like he is a nice person, but he not.
That is so cold. That is so cold.
You
You
just
said
said
more than twice too, so
you
just hammered it
you said no though. You said
just hammered it in.
it's too late anyway. What time is it? I can't see. Cause you can't go to Starbucks after 12 o'clock. Cause that line be out the parking lot. Huh, Gizmo? Huh, Pooch Pooch? Come say hi to the people. Come here. Tell Daddy to stop petting you so you can come to me. Gizmo, come to me. Come here. Come here. Come here. No, Gizmo, come here. Babe, tell him to come. Come here. Come here.
You know what you gonna do, that's why.
That's why he won't come. Boy, if you don't come here, jump up here. Say hi. Say hi to the people. They want to see you. They haven't seen you. Say hi, cutie. I can't stand him.
That's why you don't get the kisses.
I don't want him to kiss me.
That's why you don't get the kisses.
Don't neither one of y'all have to kiss me.
You be trying to pick them up.
He sure don't want. He don't want nobody to pick him up. Nobody. Gizmo is not a lap dog. Gizmo is a feed me and give me treats,
Scratch my back.
scratch my back, and leave me alone. That's it. He don't pick him up. He's not gonna sit in your lap. He ain't gonna be your friend. That's it. Oh, I want to take a picture of that bird of paradise right there. It is so pretty. I'm finna go, y'all. Y'all didn't talk me to death. Plus, I need to go because my allergies. I took a Zyrtec. Maybe that's why I'm sleepy because I took a Zyrtec because my allergies is allergen. One thing I need to do though, for real, is when I go back in the house, I need to wash my face, make sure I wash my hands really good to get off any pollen or whatever that may have gotten on me while I'm outside. What? You don't believe what? That he don't like me? He don't. Gizmo don't like nobody though.
He likes me.
He don't like you either.
He loves me.
No, he don't.
He loved me 3,000.
No, he don't.
Yes, he does. You at somewhere
I'm the
around
one.
70 or 80.
I feed him and everything, and I feed him. Oh, Zyrtec make you sleepy too? I think that's what it is because I just feel like, and I think it's from me taking that Zyrtec. But my nose is itching, my throat is. I thought Zyrtec was supposed to stop all of that. It's still itching. Probably because it's windy out here. Hey, Intuitively in Sync. How are you? It's it's windy out here, and I probably shouldn't be out here without a mask on. But you know me, I'm hard headed. I ain't gonna do right. I'm not gonna do right. I was already thinking, oh, I should bring my yoga mat out here and just chill out here. I already got allergies trying to beat the daylights out of me. I'm finna go, y'all, because I ain't talking about nothing. I will see y'all later after I take my Zyrtec induced nap. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting me. If you would like, you could join the channel. Look on the community wall and follow me on Facebook. I need as many Facebook followers as I can get. Um, what am I doing over there? Nothing. But follow me anyway, okay? Just because you like me. And become a member of the channel. It has membership has its perks. Really good perks too. So I talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.